Warning: this creepypasta is fake and is not based on any real events. It contains scenes such as murder, language, and violence that is not suitable for anyone under the age of 14. If you are either too sensitive or too scared, do not watch this video. Viewer discretion is advised. I have told you stories about lost THX text trailers and lost episodes of Teletubbies I have encountered. There was also a lost episode of Tales of Lemon I told a long time ago. Over the past few weeks, I've been looking at a British animated series known as Sarah and Duck. To summarize, Sarah and Duck centers around a 7-year-old girl and her pal Duck who go on adventures. At times, the show has two learning themes, which include friendship, imagination, and problem solving. I remember watching this show back when it first premiered on Sprout, which was in 2013. However, today I'm going to explain to you about a lost episode I saw of this show. It was the day after Thanksgiving and I was watching episodes of Sarah and Duck on my phone. Just then, I got the idea of getting some fresh air, so I took her for a long walk to the Broadway grocery place. While looking for some items I wanted to buy, something caught my eye. Apparently, there was a Sarah and Duck DVD placed on one of the shelves. The cover consisted of Sarah and Duck in a rather realistic snow background. The DVD was titled Sarah and Duck Stargazing Ever Stories. It was also strange, given the background was all in snow rather than showing stars. Wow, that's extremely rare, I said out loud. What is? The store clerk asked. I walked over to the cash register to show him what I found. I also asked him what a DVD was doing in the store. He proceeded to tell me that he found the DVD on the street and figured it'd be a good idea to sell a DVD. I then told him that I wanted to buy it, and he said I could. That'll be $9.54, the store clerk said. I gave him the money and headed home. When I got home, I took a look at the back of the DVD and saw the episode list. The episodes were Stargazing, Petal Light Picking, Sarah Gets a Cold, Colored Light, and Rainbow 11, and a rare episode titled as Krampus. It seems strange, as I have never seen an episode named Krampus, but if I could take a wild guess, it was probably going to be like one of those Teletubbies crossover episodes. I was really curious to see how the episode would play out, so I inserted the DVD into my DVD player. It opened with the BBC DVD logo from 2017 and went straight to the menu. Unfortunately, it's nothing special, as it's just a snapshot of the first part of the intro with Sarah and Duck looking at the screen. The CPP's logo was on the top left, which was odd, like if someone didn't bother to remove it. The options were on the top right for some reason, and they were similar to the Liminal Spaces episode from Teletubbies that Meatball Mars encountered. They were play, episode selection, subtitles, and BBC Web Link. I sat for the first four episodes, they were really good. But the last one, oh boy, how do I say it? It was rather terrifying. A warning came up before the episode began. The following episode of Sarah and Duck was made back in 2015 to promote the release of Krampus, in which this episode is named to the movie of the same name. It contains content including sequences of horror violence / terror. Parents are advised to not let their children view this. You have been warned. Here comes the terror, I said in annoyance. The intro is normal like on the other 4 episodes. Or was it 5? I don't know. However, after the intro ended, a black screen came on with a quote that came directly from the 2015 movie itself. St. Nicholas isn't coming this year. Krista Stadler. I was starting to get the feeling that it was going to be centered on the movie Krampus. Anyway, the episode began with a shot of Sarah and Duck's house at night. Christmas lights were on top of Sarah and Duck's house. It displayed the episode's title like it usually would. It is December 21st, just 4 days before Christmas. Sarah and Duck are writing their Christmas lists, the narrator spoke. We then see Sarah and Duck in the technology room, and it seems they were using the computer to write their Christmas list rather than writing it on paper. Hello, Sarah, the narrator said. Sarah turned around and responded with, Hello. The narrator asked, What's one thing on your Christmas list that you want? Sarah replied, I wish I had a book all about rainbows. As soon as Sarah finished both her Duck's Christmas list, she printed it out. Let's hope Papa Christmas will bring us everything on the list, Sarah said. We'll see about that, Sarah. Sometimes things may change, the narrator responded. Meanwhile, Sarah and Duck heard a knock at the door. Sarah answered it with Scarf Lady. She told them that they were invited for dinner over at her place. Sarah agreed and they went to her house wearing snow gear. So far, the episode felt like it seemed normal. Probably this episode was going to talk about the history of Krampus. Who knows? Anyway, while Sarah, Duck, and Scarfley were eating their dinner, Sarah let out a huge large burp. Probably because she had a lot of meat sitting on the dinner table. Sarah, that's rude and disrespectful, the narrator said to Sarah. Scarfley chuckled and said, Good one, Sarah. Oh dear me, the narrator said. So, Sarah, what does your Christmas list look like? Scarfley asked. Well, I wrote Duck's list too. Have a look, Sarah replied. Scarfley took a look at the list while nodding her head at times. Before she could read Duck's list, Duck snatched it out of her hands. Duck, she was just looking at it, the narrator said. Duck quietly gave the list back to Scarflady. After reading the list, Scarflady eventually gave the list back to Sarah and Duck. At that time, a clock chimed, probably claiming that Sarah and Duck needed to get home. Thanks for the food, Sarah said to Scarflady. You're welcome. Come again soon, Scarflady replied. As the main two got home, Sarah had noticed that there was for some reason a piece of paper with nothing on it. Huh? How did this get here? Oh well, I got an idea, Sarah said. What is it? The narrator asked. Since it's blowing wind outside, I'm going to get a piece of paper to throw away, Sarah replied. Oh no, Sarah, I really resist you, don't do it, the narrator shouted. It's my decision. What could go wrong? Sarah said. The narrator sighed as Sarah tossed paper remains out the window. Then, Sarah told Duck that it was time for bed. Somehow this all fell wrong, because in the 2015 movie of the same name, usually people would have to lose the Christmas spirit to send some paper into the sky. Back to the episode, it then showed Sarah and Duck in their bed sleeping. Meanwhile, a severe blizzard could be seen engulfing the neighborhood. The screen went to black for a few seconds as the sound faded out. And then showed the entire neighborhood covered in nothing but snow. There were, of course, some snowplows doing what they could. It got back to Sarah and Duck's house as Sarah was just waking up. Good morning, Sarah, the narrator said. Morning. Also, I apologize for burping and not listening to you yesterday about the paper, Sarah responded. I mean, it's all right, but it's best to have a look out the window, the narrator replied. Sarah opened the curtains to her bedroom window and saw the snow. She gasped in delight. Duck, wake up! It's snowing! Sarah shouted. Duck got up and quacked. Sarah and Duck then got into the snuggie ready to go outside. As Sarah opened the door, a big wind burst through the door. Yikes! Sarah said, trying to warm herself up. Quick, close the door, the narrator shouted. Good thinking, Sarah replied. Sarah then decided that they should have some hot chocolate to recover. Unfortunately, Sarah, there was a big power outage from the snow. It's likely the store is power operated, and it seems you'll be stuck without power for some time, the narrator told Sarah. Oh, Sarah said before sighing. Can I at least see his scarf lady's okay? I'll call on the telephone, Sarah said. You can try, but the snow is pretty bad, the narrator replied. Sarah went over to the phone and dialed Scarf Lady. The telephone lines were down, so Sarah was not able to make her call. Sarah said that nothing was working today, so she decided to go over to a place with Duck. Come along, Duck. We're going over to Scarf Lady's house, Sarah said. They went out in the snow as Sarah had her snow gear on, but not Duck, though. It rather baffled me, considering Ella could freeze to death later on. Where was I? Right. Duck felt really cold and he began rapidly quacking. The narrator told Duck that it's okay and he and Sarah will be at Scarflady's in a little bit. They eventually got to Scarflady's house, only to find the river abandoned. There were also some hoof prints scattered on the floor, meaning that Krampus had entered her house. Hello? Scarf Lady? Sarah called out. She's gone, folks. A big creature took her. Scarf Lady's neat bag said. What did it look like? Sarah asked. I forget, but it had horns on its head and looked a bit furry, Bag replied. Suddenly, Sarah, Duck, and Bag heard what sounded like Scarf Lady screaming for help. Sarah shouted that she and Duck were coming to rescue her. For some reason, there was a shotgun close to the door. What's that? Sarah asked. It's a shotgun. Use it very carefully, though, the narrator replied. The main three burst the door open as Sarah called out Scarf Lady's name a few times. Just then, Bag shouted, Ah! Something's got me! Help! As he was being dragged into the snow. He's gone! We have to save him! Sarah said. Unfortunately, there's no way to get him back. You could end up getting killed too, the narrator said. Sarah Duck decided to run back to their place to take cover, The best option was to hide in Sarah's room. Sarah explained to Duck that it really isn't the best choice to hide, but they had to do the best they can to keep Krampus out. Then, they heard footsteps from upstairs in the attic. The narrator told Sarah and Duck to stay where they are, as he thought it was just Krampus roaming around. Sarah proceeded to take the gun from earlier just so she'd be weaponized in case Krampus knows her hiding location. Does he know where we're hiding? Sarah asked. Most likely. Just keep the gun on you when he comes, the narrator remarked. A crack started to form on the ceiling of the bedroom. Quick! Get out of the way! The narrator shouted. Once the crack was fully made, Krampus himself then dropped down from the ceiling. Sarah gasped while Duck began rapidly quacking like he was scared. I got you, Duck. Stay behind me, Sarah said before shooting at Krampus. Of course, Krampus was shot for the arms and the face a few times. Suddenly, some elves broke through the windows and proceeded to capture Duck. Sarah gasped when she saw the elves. She put the gun down to at least talk to Krampus, just to see if he can speak. Yes, I have a voice, Krampus said in a demonic tone. You see, whenever paper or something ripple flies into the sky, that's a sign to say that either you or that Doug lost the Christmas spirit, Krampus continued. Please, sir, I never lost the Christmas spirit. I was just disposing of some paper, Sarah said. Seems you've never had parents in your life, Krampus replied. What does that have to do with losing the Christmas spirit? Sarah asked. My bad. It's time I sent you to a place where most people go when they lose the... Krampus' sentence got interrupted by a gunshot blast to the chest. He then collapsed on the floor. Sarah said, Good riddance. However, it was apparently a nightmare, as the next scene showed Sarah waking up in bed, gasping. What happened? Sarah asked. You had a bad dream, the narrator replied. She then got out of bed to check to see if Duck was okay. Duck was calmly sleeping in the bathtub, in which is his bed in the series. Phew! Thank goodness you're okay. I had such a strange nightmare, Sarah said to Duck. Sarah then asked what day it was, and the narrator said that it's 22nd of December. Later on, it showed a montage of Sarah and Duck doing other stuff on different days. On December 22nd, they were wrapping presents for children internationally at a convention. On the 23rd, they watched a Christmas concert on TV. And lastly, on the 24th, they played in the snow, made a few snowmen, and baked cookies for Santa. And then showed a Christmas scene, with Sarah and Duck opening presents. Merry Christmas, Duck, Sarah said. During this scene, Silent Night, as heard in the 1940 movie Fantasia, can be heard, and it had to be really good. It then went out of the house, and that was the episode. It showed a black screen for 2 seconds before Adam Scott, one of the actors from Krampus, came to the view in live action. He began to speak. Hi, I'm Adam Scott. I just want to tell you that it's best to learn to recycle paper, because if you toss it into the sky, it could likely trigger Krampus to come to your hometown. But who knows? It's probably just a story. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And then some of the credits would play like normal, and then went to the BBC DVD logo from 2017 again, but it was accepted in red, which is strange. And that took it back to the menu. The episode was pretty good, but I found the scenes of Duck and Baggy and kidnapped by Krampus and his elves terrifying. By the time I encountered the Teletubbies Halloween episode, I decided to keep the DVD so I could watch it again between early December. But I do remember seeing another Lost Sarah and Duck episode. I'll tell you that when I get the chance.